Yo, what's going on, people? Andre here, back at it again with another video for you lot. Today I'm going to be jumping in about how to choose a niche for your social media marketing agency. It's about 10 to 1 in the morning. All my friends have gone to the club. They're going to like a circle or something. Personally, I don't go clubbing, and more to the point, I'm really focused on my new agency at the moment. It's been something I've wanted to do for a while. I'm literally going to scale this thing to the moon, and the name of the agency is Scaling to the Moon. So if you're interested about finding out how you start a social media marketing agency, there'll be a link down below to join my Discord. I'm dropping hella freak stuff on my Discord, and I'm exposing all of the agency or the coaches, and I'm giving away everything for free that they'll normally charge you 10,000 for. I'm sorry, people, but I've got to get out there. So anyway, let's literally jump straight into it. So as you can see my screen here, I've got a list of the top niches. Now, before I start jumping in and talking a little bit about the niches, I just want to explain why I'm really making this video. Today, I had a call with one of the previous students. He joined like a year ago. He stuck around for like 2 months, got some success, and then we just didn't hear back from him. He actually called me today and he said he wants to go into a new niche. Once I asked him like why you want to go into a new niche, he said the industry he's in is oversaturated, and he feels like if he goes into a different space, that's not going to be oversaturated. And what I had to explain to him was every niche is saturated and every niche isn't saturated. If you, for anyone like watching this video, if you think jumping into like e-commerce or local businesses, if you're thinking, oh, that's saturated, you're the issue. Like, you just need to work harder and just stay focused. He got off to a good start. Like, he signed clients, he's making money. He was only making 2-3K a month, and then he just stopped doing the work. And the main thing that he couldn't get his head around was, he was like, the people doing it in the same niche are better than me, and I'm not going to be able to catch up. And he was like, I want to start a coaching business. And I was like, that's great, but with all due respect, you haven't really done what you want to coach the potential students, right? And I said, if you start a coaching business, especially working with SMA, you're going up against the likes of Marcus, Eman, Jordan, Trey, Ravi, all of these Donnies, right? So if you think working with like HVAC is saturated, you wait until you start competing with like Ravi and his paid ads, right? Or just Eman Gatsi in general. Like, you're gonna lose if that's your mindset anyway. So I just wanted to give a clear breakdown of like what niche to choose from. And if you're American and you say niche, just shut up. No, I'm joking. But anyway, peeps, let's just hop straight into it anyway, because I'm gonna make this quick. And by the way, if you want access to the entire thing instead of trying to like screenshot and stuff, just join my Discord. Like, this is all there for free. So anyway, people, so we got crypto, info products, and e-commerce. Now, if you're a beginner, I personally don't recommend starting with e-commerce or crypto. Info products isn't so bad, but what I explain to a lot of students is, because every single young Donnie who comes to us wants to start e-commerce because they've seen someone like Eman Gatsi doing it online, right? What you lot need to understand is, with e-com, there's 2 different types of e-com owners. One, the people that are just kind of starting out, haven't really got that much money to invest into someone else. And if they do invest that money from personal experience, working with e-commerce stores, they're going to be on you like a hawk. Like, every single pound that is spent in the ads manager, they're going to be watching it and on your case. And when you're just starting out, you do not need that. I promise you, people, you do not need that. And then on the flip side, the other e-commerce businesses are successful, right? Because they've been in the game for a while. How do you have a successful e-commerce store? Well, you have to know about marketing. So if you're trying to approach someone about marketing when you've never even done it before, they're going to school you on marketing. So you're just going to be wasting your time. That's a little bit disrespectful as well, trying to convince someone to spend their money with you when they've been doing it longer, they know more, and they could probably teach you, right? So I wouldn't really suggest jumping into e-com. If you really want to give it a go, fair enough, try it. But if you just want to get some experience, make some quote-unquote quick cash, there's going to be a whole load of other niches to choose from, and I'll literally give them to me. I'll give them to you all for free. If I keep choking up, I'm new to YouTube, so yeah, just excuse me. Crypto is a sick niche, but again, if you're just starting out, I don't always recommend it. But if you know about crypto, I personally don't. Fuck it, jump into it, but it's going to be a very treacherous mission. And then info products, I personally worked with a lot of info products when first starting out. The reason I like info products is because I had a little bit of personal connection around that exact niche that I was working in. I mainly work with people for the first 2 years with anything based around like addiction. I work with therapists, coaches, rehabs, treatment centers, when we go away to like Bali, for instance, and you take like a detox and stuff like that. I worked with a bunch of different addiction specialists throughout the time, so I really do like the whole concept of info products. And if you have a personal connection around it, I strongly suggest going into it, but I'll talk about that on another video. Now if you are just watching if you are just starting out in SMA, which you probably are if you're watching this video, big up to yourself, and I've got something juicy for you lot. So these are the niches you're going to want to go for, right? Reason I would suggest going for these types of niches is because of a few reasons, right? Firstly, is it going to be pretty easy to get in front of the business owner? Yes. For instance, if we use automotive as an example, because that was one of my first clients, a motorhome dealer, and they used to rent like RVs and then rent cars and stuff like that. Majority of the time it's a small business. And I hate to stereotype, but it's either going to be like a family business, and if the owner doesn't answer, it's the owner's brother or son, right? Majority of the time, stereotyping speakingly anyway. So yes, they're similarly easy to get in front of. You can literally pick up the phone and call them, and in 2 minutes you'll be in front of the business owner. If you email them, Facebook them, if we're talking about automotives, I wouldn't really go on LinkedIn or Instagram. Maybe Instagram nowadays, because a lot has changed since I first started. But more to the point, if you send them a message, they're probably going to be watching it anyway, because they use that Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that to actually go and sell their cars. So yes, it's going to be very simple being able to get in the owner. So you can get in the owner. What was I going to say? So yeah, you can get in front of the owner pretty easily, and it's not going to be hard to actually have a conversation with them about marketing, because a lot of these people that own car dealerships, especially second-hand car dealerships, who are sort of like 30, 40, 50 plus, they don't really know too much about social media. So just having a conversation with a young chap about social media, they're going to get a lot of value out of that. And throughout cold calling a lot of car dealerships, majority of time they were just booking meetings in order to like learn about me and how social media works, because I was born in 96, so if anyone's born around that era, you know we literally went from like plugging the video game into the TV, and then a few years later Facebook was born. So we went through the whole transition. So if anyone knows about social media, it's going to be my generation, and I would literally say that exact thing when I was on the phone to them. Plus you got other things like window tinting, motorcycle dealers, all that type of stuff in the automotive industry, right? And it's pretty much all the same. If you like cars and you can talk about engines or whatever you guys talk about, go for it, man. You can pick up the phone and have a conversation with them about the new spec of whatever cars popping at the moment, right? So that's that. Then you got stuff like fencing, flooring, anything around like home improvement. Again, if you Google the business, like 99.9% of the time their mobile number is on their website or their Facebook. They are pretty fed and sick and tired of getting calls to their mobile all the time. So if you call them, be aware you're probably like the 100th person to call them, so they're going to be a little bit pissed off. But say the less, it's going to be super easy to get in front of them. And again, these people spend all day working like on site or like physically working. So one, they really don't have the time to do social media, and quite frankly they generally can't be asked. So you get in front of them, it's going to be really, really simple, and it's going to be easy to generate results. Going back to automotive, like anything around home improvement, really, really simple. Facebook ads, you don't have to take them to like a landing page. You can keep the lead form on Facebook. Phone number, email address, name, bang, to the owner, call, email, text. You're going to be in front of them and getting them clients quite quickly, right? And you don't really have to spend too much. If they've got a budget of around £1,000, you're going to be able to generate them results really easy. And there's so many YouTube videos like online, obviously on YouTube, where you can learn lead generation. I think there's someone called Ben Heath. I actually took his course quite a while ago, and it's sick, and I managed to start signing clients and getting them a return on investment from just watching his like cheap course. I don't know if it's cheap now, actually. I can't imagine it is. Weddings and stuff like that. Weddings is cool. I know a few people that have jumped into it. Again, the point I'm trying to make people, everything really on this list is super easy to get in front of, and you want to pick things, you've kind of got an interest in. Gyms, super cool niche. I've heard it's not really that great for scaling, but if you type in Alex Zamosi on YouTube and you speak to a gym owner, I guarantee from watching his videos you'll probably be able to get a decent result from just literally copying what he does. Chiropractors, I've actually got a couple of students from the academy here working with chiropractors, and they were able to get a client within the first couple of weeks. Really, really simple. Anything around like dental practice, chiropractors, therapy, massage, it's super easy to get in front of them. But just be aware that it's not going to be high ticket, especially with mainly therapists, chiropractors, and like massages. One client to them isn't really that much. So even if you got them 10 clients, they're going to be fully booked and they're not going to be taking on any more for the rest of the month. And you're not going to get paid that much unless you try tying like email marketing, Facebook management, and everything that comes with it. But again, if they're not really making any more than say like 10k a month, which majority of them aren't, you're not really going to charge a decent retainer. So like pick as you please. And a couple more just to pick up from. So real estate, HR, financing, consultants, anything around this is a sick niche, especially with financial and real estate. Anything around that niche, they know and understand marketing and they know it bloody helps. They don't really have the time, but they do have knowledge, so they're definitely open-minded to speaking to you. And if you have some sort of common ground with them, it's going to be so much more easier to get in front of them. For instance, I worked in real estate. I was an estate agent. I don't know if that counts as real estate, but nevertheless, I was quite easily to have a conversation with an owner of an estate agent just because I worked at an estate agent for 2 years, and I just spoke about my experience and what I'd love to see from a different agent, and he loved it, and yeah, it just took off from there. Resorts as well is a great one. I done it a little bit wrong, but trying to get in resorts, depending on the size of the location, is a bit tricky, but I did manage to do it after about 3 months of just straight cold calling. If I was going to do it again, I would definitely be hammering up the cold calls, and I'll be stalking the owners on LinkedIn, and that's how I do it. So yeah, people, I rambled on a little bit. Again, if you want the whole list of all these businesses and you want some free advice, join my Discord. Every single day I'm going to be going live on my Discord for between 30 minutes and a couple of hours. So if you want to ask me any questions, if you want to get some free insights to courses that you have to pay 5, 10, 15k for, make sure you follow my Discord. And yeah guys, I'll see you lot later. Excuse me, peace.